Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today's date, it's the last day of September. It's September 30th of 2021. I have this entire desk just about cleared off here. And of course, this desk here has the two monitors and the B-Link GI, whatever it is, a mini PC. It works okay. I think I have 16 gigabytes of memory in it. I do, yeah. Um, what I should do is, well, I think I said the other day, I think it's about $300. I think in order to go to 32 gigabytes, there's two spots in there, so there's two 8 gigabyte memory in there. So if I pull those two out and put in two 16, altogether, I think that's going to be about $300. That's a lot of money, but I should do that. I'm running Windows 11, and it's working okay for me. Um, I just hooked up just a few minutes ago the second camera to this, so I have my AVR media camera up there, which I do like, and then the other one is the Logitech Brio, and it's on a tripod that's off the desk. Um, Not sure where it should be. I think this is probably about the right spot. Well, this one I think is about in the right spot. Um, Not crazy about the toilet paper being in view, but I think you probably figured out that I use it for my nose and not wiping my ass on it and have my toilet paper sitting there. Over, no, oh, let's see. Yeah, over here. Oops. Uh, uh, this thing here, I'm not pointing to my penis, by the way. This thing back here. Back. Uh, anyway, the black thing there with the handle that goes up, that's a standby generator. It's the battery. It's a standby. It has that battery in it. The solar cells that go with it are not hooked up, of course. They're over in that corner there. There's no way we live in an apartment complex that we can put the solar cells outside. You can see my bed in the background. Uh, every time I want to hook something up or do something, I have to, in order to find a cable or whatever it is, I have to go through everything, and I throw it on my bed, and then the bed is covered. Covered with stuff. Here you can see over here. Let's see. See over. Uh, 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 See these two things here? There's more of those I have. I don't know. One, two, three. I'm not sure how many I have of those containers. They're filled with computer stuff, all computer stuff. Then there's some little tiny, about shoebox size, that are stacked. I don't know how many I have of those. Now some of those have, most of it is computer stuff, but there is some non-computer stuff in some of those things. But every time I'm looking for something, everything gets thrown in the bed, and then it takes me an hour or so to put everything back. Um, so what's going on? This week there wasn't any update to Windows 11, and then August. I don't even know what month it is. October 5th is when I'm running Windows 11, by the way. Uh, is when Windows 11 is released. Um, I like Windows 11, and it's working okay for me. I see a few little things but it's nothing to. And Windows 11 is. It really ought to be just like Windows 10 plus. I I mentioned in one of my previous videos that which is in the computer, or which is in the closet again, my Dell computer has a great video card in it and has 16 gigabytes of memory in it. But I ran the test thing, and it says that Windows 11 is not going to work on it. But some people are saying that you know there's going to be you know there'll probably be some changes. They probably will let but I think uh, Windows 11 is just a little bit of a little better than Windows 10, uh, just a little bit. And if Windows 10 is working fine for you, and if your computer won't do, I mean, if you want to buy a new computer, fine, if you can afford it, and if that's what you really want to spend your money on, get it. But you can run Windows 10. You can run it. They're saying till 2025. And I think Windows is releasing this Windows 11 with some minor changes and some minor improvements to it, just so that uh, computer manufacturers can sell, new computers at Christmas time. Um, what do I really like about Windows 11? Uh, Really, I can't think of anything. Um, it has some rounded corners on it, and uh, there's been some talk about this. The menu. I just clicked on, as you might have clicked on the thing, but I could have done the same thing here. Let me. Okay, I can do the same thing by hitting the Windows key. Oops, except it popped up over here on my other monitor. And I see I can't move it over. I think that would be something they probably would. Let me close it and go back to, showing it to you. I'm okay with the menu with this type of a system. I have paid in the past for StarDock or whatever that's called. I've bought several of the things, and they're still. I can I can install those and probably maybe enhance some of this. I think one of the complaints is, well, I noticed I've been paying for Windows. What do they call it? Well, Office. Well, Windows now. What's it called? Microsoft Office or whatever. For years, and I've never used a spreadsheet. I've never used the. I most never used Windows. I mean, I can count probably on one hand, maybe two, one hand, I think, the number of times I've actually used uh, Office, the or the word processing program. Uh, Now, what I did have used for years and years and years is Outlook Express, their mail program, and I just got used to it where I liked it, and I continue to use it, but I finally just went to uh, having it, uh, my browser when it opens, that's one of the tabs that I have is, and and then I've tried other Windows uh, email programs. I've paid for them. I can't remember them all, and uh, but anyway, so you have all these apps that you can decide, whether you want. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So I just canceled Windows or Microsoft Office or whatever it's called, and I'm doing just fine. Uh, oh, except for I don't know how many gigabytes of storage memory that I had, and I have had like tons and tons of like all the time a picture or something, or whether I take a picture, not other things. I don't think I mean, rare, but tons of pictures. Like I might snap um, a different image, and that might be the thumbnail for this video or something. I might do that. That would be all saved. So there's just tons of stuff saved, and I forget what amount it is, but uh, when I canceled um, Microsoft Office, the amount of storage I had online, or I guess you're supposed to say in the wherever it is, greatly reduced, and so I'm not sure if I've already lost all of, but I really don't care. I mean, I never the times that I go back and look at, I've done that a few times, like thinking about making some type of pulling some of those together and making like a time frame or something, a video over time or something. I've done that a few times, but not very often. And so I really don't care about losing all those pictures. I mean, there was a time when I had, this YouTube channel going, and I thought, well, that when I'm gone, they'll still be around, and people might come across that, and they might see, some old stuff or something like that. But in the last, I don't know, couple years or something, I've decided, no, they won't. There'll be new things, that like you know, well, I have a Dell computer that has a CD drive in it, but there's no CD drive in my uh, Chrome box. There's no CD drive with this. I do have in this box here. I never use, I never use them, but I do have. I think this. Okay, this is which I really don't need it. I've got another like a hub plugged in, but this is for. Oops, I need to go back to. This is a 3.0, and it's a for plugging in uh, cards, and I have that, which I never use. Um, But this I think is a 1 terabyte. It's a Toshiba. Uh, no, let's see. I think it's a 1 terabyte, and I never use it. I have it. It's a 3.0. I said, and I never use it. But I've just come to the realization that you know and I think new things are going to happen, and but the one thing, and I've got a friend. I don't think my grown son. He's got a degree in electronics and computers, but I don't think you know I've told him how But I've got a friend who's a few years younger than I am, and he has you know my password and to be able to come into. And the only thing I would like, I was thinking in the past, short, well, it'd be nice to have this stuff, and then people could. But now the only thing I want is uh, somebody that can come in and you know put a little obituary about me or something, or just say thing, hey, Jim passed away at such and such, maybe a few details, Jim passed away, and this is the last, uh, video here or something, because I've uh, run into that thing where I had some friends that had, YouTube sites or something, and all of a sudden I noticed it wasn't being updated, and then it took 2 or 3 years before I got around to finding out that that person had passed away, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want you. I don't know why it should matter to me. I'll be gone. Not to a better place, and well, except better. When you get to be my age, it's maybe it is a better place. No more pain and what have you. Um, but I'm not going to be up there an angel, and I'm not going to be a devil. I'm not going to be up there looking down, thinking, oh, Bob's checking out my old YouTube post or something. I wonder if he'd like that. It's not going to be, I'll be gone. That'll be it. And but so I do want. I don't want people coming here. There's a guy I mentioned this before in a story one time. This guy. This is before the World Wide Web, even. But anyway, he wrote a webcam program, and uh, he wrote the code and everything. And I was using his program, and then he uh, said he was still working on the program, but then he was going to he was going to sell it, and it would be such and such. But I think he might have said that anybody who had registered it or something with him wasn't going to be charged, wasn't going to have to pay or anything. But I went ahead and paid, sent him the money, and then he logged into my site. And when he got home from work, and he said, Jim, uh, I came home and I got you. You're the first one. You're the only one that paid. Your check was there. That was before PayPal or anything like that. And he said, my wife's been telling me I'm wasting my time and I'm never going to get any money for it and all that kind of stuff. So he said, I took her in. I said, I took your check in. I said, look, okay, well, this is not the guy. I got sidetracked there. Anyway, that's that guy sold his software eventually, webcam software. And when I was working years and years later in Florida at CompUSA, that was the only, it boxed, the company that bought it from him boxed it up, webcam. Uh, but anyway, he said, I logged in uh, to his site, get any updates for the thing or something, and to go to a chat maybe with him. And he said that he had sold it, and he was going to be, I don't know if he was joking or not, going to be moving to Hawaii or the Virgin Islands or something. That was the last I saw of him. No, there was another guy who I also uh, paid him for. He did a webcam program, and he was real nice. I can't remember the details about where he lived or anything like that, but can't remember the. But I went ahead and paid for the even at that point, though you didn't have to. I paid for it, and then he would be asking like the other guys do to some of these people that, hey Jim, what needs to be improved on? I said I tell them I can't think of anything, and then they would make improvements on the software, things they would come up with, and then I would download the beta version or whatever, and it'd be a wow, the things that they thought of and that they did, I never, and they were like asking, "You have any ideas?" I can't think of anything. Remember, one of the improvements for the webcam program was uh, the the chat thing, and the guy fixed it so you could I could put in a word, like I could put in uh, bald, and if somebody, and you could put in a word, you could put in a whole bunch of words, but if I put in bald, like because if somebody was going to say you're a fat old bald man or whatever, I could change the word so when they typed fat, it could say I could make, and then I had the choice of making what would pop up, and that was a nice thing. Uh, and the guy did other stuff like that. I can't remember all the stuff that he did. And so anyway, I paid for and it was like still under construction, and everybody could use it, but uh, I went ahead and paid for it, and then he came up with he pretty much got the program all, the video chat program, everything all taken care of, and then he said that he'd been asked uh, for the program to be able to have more than one camera hooked up, which back then in the beginning was just wasn't something that was available because the computer, like in the beginning, the webcams had to hook up to a parallel port, an RS-232 port, where you would normally hook your printer, and the webcams were not in color, that kind of stuff. And there was like the way the computers were designed, you couldn't have a couple items hooked, you couldn't have a couple cameras hooked up. It would just be like, are you fucking crazy? It would, there'd be no message with, like, are you fucking crazy? What are you trying to do? But he fixed it where you could hook up multiple cameras to it, and so I went ahead and paid, for that. And so I would get an email from, well, of course, I'd check his site regularly for, upgrades and stuff. And anyway, the first program, or which was, it was sort of the same program, it was the same program, except one, if you paid, then you could run multiple cameras, and it worked. And anyway, he said, Jim, he says, uh, I've got, the main his first program, and it's all done. That's all done. This is the final. He said, I can't think of any upgrades that need to be done to it. And he says, but now and I was the only one that paid for the multi, camera one, of course. And he said, I'm gonna just make a few changes to the multi-camera thing, tonight, and then it'll be ready tomorrow, and you can download it then. And I said, okay. Anyway, I came back the next day, and nothing had changed from when I had that conversation with him. Everything on his website was the same, and that was okay with me. I mean, I didn't care. And then I thought maybe he's had a family emergency. Anyway, never heard from him again. His site didn't change. It didn't change. He must have paid for his domain name for a couple of years or something instead of I usually end up paying like for 1 year or something. And I went back and then I started asking around, not because I cared about that multi-program or whatever. I was just happy with what I had got from him. But what happened to him? And I finally did some searches. Uh, I went to whatever city he was in. I looked in the obituary column, and did he get arrested? Nothing. And it's just a strictly a miracle. I can't remember now what even the name of the webcam program was. But I mean, nothing changed on his site because there was other stuff there, and positively nothing happened. Did the guy have a heart attack? And did his wife just pack up his? Did he have some type of a mental breakdown when he had finished his project and went to a psych unit? I don't know. Did the police come, a SWAT team break in and drag him off, or who knows what? I don't know. It's a mystery. My God, it's 8:43. I forgot to take my morning meds. Okay, my arthritis is hurting a little bit, but I'm not going to take the naproxen. Tomorrow's going to be a new day, a new month. I'm thinking about starting streaming maybe here in a few hours when it's a new month. And I'm thinking about putting the streaming videos in the members area that is set up. And the reason for that is, so I'm thinking of putting the streaming in there. But the only problem is, no, that would work. I could mark it as, well, what I'm thinking about is, as you watch my videos, if you watch my videos for very long, you probably have a pretty good idea of, even though I've not said anything, you've probably got a pretty good idea of maybe a little bit of what's going on, maybe. Because of my beliefs and because of just what I've said. But I'm thinking that okay, if I do the live streaming, somebody could, what I'm getting at is, I'm thinking about using the members area, I could go ahead and, as I'm talking and telling some story or something or other, I could tell a little bit of my history and the history around me. And uh, it, it's uh, since it would be in the members area, a person would have to, I would mark it then as members. And you would have to be a member in order to see and hear the video. And I don't think very many of you are going to do that. But the main thing is none of my family none of my family want to be mentioned or seen on the video or whatever. And some of them have some problems. And they are not going to spend $3 a month or $5 a month to watch any of my videos. They now my so I could be more open and honest and truthful and explain some things that would, by doing that. But if somebody else became a member, they would have access then to the video, and they could show the video, you know, re-record it or whatever, they copy it or whatever, and then they could make it available. Or just what I said, they could take and put it out or do something, or it could end up someplace. So I don't know what the solution is, but anyway, I think I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just do it to begin with a little bit of the story. Put that in the thing and see how that goes. So anyway, it's 8:49 p.m. This has been going on for only 30 minutes. That's nothing. Let me go to YouTube. Oh, you're not there. I gotta. YouTube. I don't know if I turned off the air for the only thing in my fish tank, a 20-gallon fish tank, is shrimp. And when I talk about shrimp, we're talking about talk about. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, little tiny. Uh, and they give live birth, by the way. But I had two Plecostomus, and Plecostomus are territorial. I just love Plecostomus. When my God, I hate this thing of ex-wife and wife, But when I was married, uh, we had a tropical fish shop, and when we would get into Plecostomus, I'd end up putting one in each tank usually. But we had some show tanks, and I'd put in like a real scrawny one or something like that in the big 29-gallon tank or something. and we had one that just grew, in that 29-gallon tank, and it was beautiful. Its fins, it had like white, and it wasn't fungus or whatever. It was just beautiful. Finally, everybody wanted, it was in, everybody would come in, and not everybody, but, oh, can I have that? Can I buy that? And I said, no, it's just, like a pet, really. And then finally, everybody was saying, if you ever. So I did like make a bit, okay, make a date, I don't know, a week or whatever, and write down, and a guy finally, he really wanted it. I forget what it was, if it was $50 that we ended up with for that, and then he bought I think a 29-gallon tank and a tank stand and everything for that. But I really like that. But anyway, I like Plecostomus. And anyway, both of them, when we had this Texas power grid failed, and we were without electric power for 3 days or so. No way to heat the fish tank, and the two Plecostomus died, and the Corydoras catfish died, and the only thing left are snails and those little tiny. And right now, because of and the fancy snails died, the big mystery snails or whatever, which I like. I've always liked those, albino ones and stuff like that, and they died. And anyway, um, let's see. Let's go to YouTube Studio. Oh, you're not there again. Okay, let's go to YouTube Studio. Let's go to monetization. Okay, I didn't need to expand that, did I? I can just go back to. Okay, super is one of the things that is going to come to everybody. You do not have access to super. That's where you may have seen, some people have it, and that's where when you're watching a YouTube video, right underneath the YouTube video, let's, well, anyway, it'll say, I think you can change it, donate or, something. And that's not for live streaming where you see those things pop up on live streaming. That's for, you're looking at the video and it says underneath donate or give or something like that. You click and you can make a super chat, I guess. I'm not approved for that yet. Here's a membership area that I have set up. 2 membership levels at $2.99 a month and a $4.99 a month. Please don't click on that now, and I don't think very many of you will. There's thousands and thousands of YouTube sites, and if you just did, $3 a month, for some of them, it would add up into a lot of money. If I were you, I would save that for if you, I've always donated and on sites, even when they didn't have some way to do it before YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But I've always donated, and I've bought a lot of products. Uh, but if I were you, what I would do, like if you're going to do, do membership, it'd be something you really, if somebody really puts out a product on YouTube, and you have a little bit of resource, you have a little bit of, but if you're like me and like a lot of other people, hey, lucky to be able to, yeah, make it uh, payday to payday, or like with me, retirement check to retirement check. I'd save that and just I donate to a few. I think right now I'm not doing any. Well, there's one that I donate. It's set up automatically, uh, and I just donate it every year once, and I forget what it is. Maybe $10 or something. Can't remember. But anyway, this is what this thing, looks like. Uh, I need to. I want to go ahead and set this thing up. Well, it's already set up and it's working. But I want to come up with some badges that are not just the standard ones, and with emojis. I want to come up with something like that. What's the name of that place where you can go there and ask somebody to create things for you? Uh, I've purchased a bunch of stuff through that site. I've had them do some artwork for me, and uh, they always ask. I think always, Fiverr. That's it, Fiverr. That's let's see. That's pretty good if you have some talent. Okay, this looks brand new. They've changed things. Fiverr business, become a seller. I think there's an extra R in there. Is that the reason? Is there an extra R in there? Yeah, I think there's an extra R in there. Okay, it went back to, come on, cut this out. Let's, oh, come on, Christ. Okay, maybe become a seller. Yeah, this is it. They've just massive. I haven't been here in a while. They've massively changed everything, and I don't like the way they. Some company undoubtedly came in and bought the other people. That Fiverr, what next? Fiverr Pro. Yeah, I'll check this out later tonight or something. I've purchased a bunch of stuff from artwork, and they, I think they almost always ask, "Are you satisfied with it?" And I say, "Oh yes, great," and I'm really not satisfied with it. And they'll say, you can. Some of them will say, well, you can ask for three, redos or something. I think I've even seen some, just ask how, whatever. I know I don't do that. I just say, oh yeah, wonderful. Um, anyway, I want to do some things like, but I do think that I wonder if I could find it. I just need to go to some site that's, say, YouTube. I wanted to tell you about let's see, where underneath the video there'll be a thing that says give or something like that. And let's see, let me go to YouTube. Okay, yeah. So YouTube creators, let's see. Okay, maybe this one. I don't think he takes donations or whatever. No, he doesn't.
Howdy there, Internet
No, he
people. It's
doesn't.
Tony, huh?
Okay.
So today,
This is
we're
like,
going to
okay, he's not set
talk
up
about the
for,
withdrawal. Not the one they're having hearings over.
but like somebody like this that does a fantastic job, when they have that thing there, it'd be great if people would, click on, or even go ahead and do the donation type of thing. Now he does have it. Look, he can do support by Patreon, and I don't know what this other one is, but let's see. I need to think of somebody that has a good site on YouTube. Somebody that I like. Uh, if David Packman, maybe he does.
All right, we're going to start today with
Oh, okay, here it is.
many of you eat.
So here it is. And this, I guess he's got it called show support with super thanks. So it's underneath, as you can see, like the video, along with telling you how many views it's got and how many people did thumbs up and thumbs down and this kind of thing. But it says, you know, so there you go. Okay, I need somebody. Okay, this is one. Okay, these are the standard emojis or whatever, so they look better than I thought. And oh, I see. You got to be careful about that. It's flipping through these things. Uh, it's going through. That's kind of dangerous because I just saw $50. I was going to do I was going to do the $5 one, and it flipped to the $50 one. Maybe let's find out. Uh, okay. Hmm. It's not letting me do it. Uh, maybe I'm not signed in. No, I think I'm signed in. Anyway, that I would like to have this share thing or the thanks thing underneath. I'm not approved yet. They're rolling it. They're just testing and rolling out to a bunch of people, and I think that's a good thing to have there because you know you go to a site and maybe you have a problem with your computer or something's not and you go to a site and the person has done a good job and explains, you know, what the problem is. Uh, uh, you know, how to fix the problem. You know, he actually does something. Uh, and then you could just, you know, click, and that'd be like a little, you know, be like a little thanks or whatever. I'm not expecting that with my site because generally that's work. You know, I mean, doing that kind of stuff is work. What you'd find more on my site would be, by the way, of course, this guy's a liberal, very liberal, and I am too, and I'm a follower of his, and I do recommend his site if you're a communist like I am. What was I? Before I tried some of my humor, I don't get the credit for my humor that I think I should. Probably the few right-wing people that come here, and there's very few of them probably do, or they take off after because they can't stand any thing that challenges their point of view. But probably like when I say this person's a liberal like I am, and I'm a liberal and a communist, you know, then they go, oh, I knew it, you know, and then they probably go someplace else and say, there's a communist. It's like when I went to vote for a primary here in Fort Worth. I told you about that. I went to the voting place, and there weren't very many people there. It was for the primary. Democrats, in fact, myself, have made a big mistake in the past. And the right-wing people, the conservatives, they were smart. They realized the primary was important. And they also realized electing people to the school board and things like that were important, where I'd go and I'm voting for senator, I'm voting for my congressman, I'm voting for the president, and I didn't pay any attention to who was, you know, and consequently, that we're in the mess we're in now because the right wing and the church going people, whatever, you know, school board, you know, no more reading of To Kill a Mockingbird, no more Huckleberry Finn, no more, you know, no more telling of history of, if you're on a school board, no more telling of history about Martin Luther King. Instead, you know, tell about the Texas, who would it be? Who was the first president? Mind going blank, of Texas. First governor of Texas, first president of Texas, first senator, I think, from, you know, whatever it was. The only thing popping in my mind is Davy Crockett. Anyway. But what I would, you know, oh, like I was saying too, what I do is talk about maybe something, and then I try to put a link if I can to, if it's a hardware problem or a software problem, put a link to where you can go to fix it, or where you can go to somebody who's going to tell you, hey, you know, whatever. Okay, where was I? We're coming up on 50 minutes. I'm going to make this an hour video. Why not? I really love this camera. I'll put a link below. I'm going to, you know, what I do need to do, well, it's work. I don't want to do work. I need to go oops, go back here. Oh, this must be, yeah, Edge. I can't figure out how to get rid of this new tab. I've looked, you know. I want to delete it. I don't want, I want my tabs. I want, uh, you know, whatever it is. I don't want this to pop up. I mean, some people might like this, and you can go in. I think you can make some changes. You can go in and, you can have the page be on focused items, inspirational items, informational items, custom items, advanced. I don't want it. Now, of course, I have other browsers, and if I can't figure out how to kill that feature, and for a lot of people, it would probably be a good, a good thing. Former Iowa police officer charged with what? Ooh, sexually abusing a 14-year-old girl. Third degree. Anyway. I guess I go back here to Fiverr Pro and but I'm okay with those emojis. I mean, down here they look for badges. Okay, I don't think I have emojis. I think they're just badges. But I think those are set up. But anyway, I don't know if you can hear my stomach growling or not. I guess I need to put some food into it, so 52 minutes is long enough. Anyway, let's see. Channel monetization, ads, memberships, and then that super thing. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Here's what I need to change. See there, that damn, just because I'm jimhoward.me. If you use that, it'll bring you directly to Amazon, and you don't have to click on any of these things here. When you do that, jimhoward.me, you're at Amazon, and if you purchase anything, I will get a small commission. I'd like for you to please do that. But I set these things up, and I need to go in and edit them. I need to go in and change them, and I've got some ideas on what to do with that. I don't think I'm going to depend so much on me. Oh, I'll have like items that that I purchased and that I like. I will have that. I think that may already be here. Yeah, probably Jim Howard's recommendations here. But what I want to do on these others is I'm going to use somebody else's expertise. Then I'm going to put the links to the products. So I'm not sure how I'll word it. But I will not use on CNN's page. Oh God, I've got these other browsers. I've got Chrome and Firefox and all that kind of stuff. Down here, this is all for CNN, all advertising. And it looks a lot like news stories, you know what I mean? But it's, it's like, well, some of them they got some thrown in. Yeah. Let's go further down. Okay. Paid partner content anyway. But I've seen things like they'll have like 5 best computers, the 10 and I think I think like CNN on their thing when you see something like that. Well, maybe it's even like CNET or something. I can't remember exactly where it is, but like I like keyboards. I'm a keyboard fan. Like women are supposed to be interested in shoes or something. I don't know if that's sexist or not, but well, I'm interested in monitors. I'm interested in keyboards. Interested in webcams, microphones. Uh, what else? Things. But sometimes I'll see, like it'll be and I'll go to the link. Uh, 10 best keyboards. And then I go and I look and I think, and there'll be a link, they'll have a link, to Amazon or whatever. And I'll think, no, yeah, maybe that's the 10 best keyboards, you know. But I mean, that's not my 10 best, keyboards or mice or whatever. So what I want to do is find somebody who's really done, who I agree mostly with, and then I'll take those items, put them in the category, and when you go to jimhoward.me, anyway, something to do. I could save it till I get older. That's an attempt at humor. I think I'm 80. I hope I'm not getting Alzheimer's. As you know, if you've been watching my videos, I have a trouble remembering my age. Alexa, if someone was born in March of 1941, how old is that handsome person?
This might answer your question. Hanson was founded 25 years ago in 1996. The group was together for 2 years. They disbanded in 1998.
Alexa, stop. Well, she didn't appreciate my humor. Alexa, if someone was born in March of 1941, how old are they now?
Somebody born in March 1946 would be 75 years and 7 months old today.
Alexa, how old is someone who was born in March of 1941?
Somebody born on March 1st, 1941 would be 80 years old today.
Anyway, I'm 80 years old. So when I say something about maybe I'll do this in my old age or something, that's an attempt at humor. Thank you very much for watching. Give a thumbs up. Please try to use my link, my Amazon link. Okay, let me hang on a second. Well, I'm already at Amazon, right? No, it's a CNN. Old age. Where did I want to go? Amazon. Okay. I'm logged in. Go to earnings. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Okay, go to earnings here. Did we lose the internet? Oh, okay. Okay, here it is. Oh, that's not good. I have a daughter who uses the internet she works from home. She can work from home, and she uses the internet, and she deals with clients, helping clients, and the company she does a fantastic job, and she makes really good money doing it, but they certain things they will not tolerate. Uh, Sound in the background, which I think is ridiculous. I mean, I think all of their people are working from home, or and like if you can't, she couldn't have a dog that would bark, but they don't. The company monitors all the calls, not all of them, but and she can't lose. She can't be connected and helping these people, and then have the internet go off for a little bit or something and get disconnected. She got suspended for that. She's been suspended a couple times for that. And I mean, maybe if you're someplace, Hong Kong or Sweden or someplace where you have good internet, not the United States where we rank like 17th in the world, But so that's a problem for her. But anyway, that's not why I came over here. Let's see. Okay, here's payment history. Well, here you can see. Somebody actually, okay, here's August 31st to whatever it is, 28 days or whatever. Somebody just purchased something and I made, 83 cents. But let me prove to you that, let me go to payment history. That'll give you a better idea. Okay. This month I will not be, you have to make, I think it's $10, I believe, with Amazon in commission, and this month I will have made $5.84, and but you can see, like, let's just go by the red. This is the payouts. It's so $12.62 or $13.46, $36, $84. That was a good month. I think, $51, $66. But then you see these other months, $13, $14, $40, So it would be great if you people could just use the link. And by the way, I've mentioned this, and it probably freaks maybe if freaks you out or something. I don't know what you are buying, but I can see why. Okay, I don't know that you are purchasing who it is, but I can see what somebody has purchased. Trumpeter. Aircraft. It's a kit, I guess. 1 to 72 scale, $35. That's probably what I made what was the amount? $1.15 or something. So somebody builds kits or whatever. I can remember when I was like in California during World War II, and that's when like the airplane things were. I mean, I wasn't old. I was like 4 years old or 3 years old. I actually remember my father. He had to cut the wood and glue it together and that kind of. And he built, and then it had a rubber band or whatever, and the thing flew. I remember flew up, hit a light fixture or something. But and I couldn't do anything like that now. I would get chest pain. I mean, I've got a pacemaker now and everything's okay. But if I started doing something, it'd be like, I don't know, stress or something, I'd start having chest pain or something. I could, Okay, let's see. So somebody ordered, and I got a commission on that. Okay, this person ordered another, a different model. Wow, yeah, that's pretty neat. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think this is the same one I've got. It's actually on where it should not be. It's fallen on the floor. So the amount of dust and whatever may not be any good. But I did have a mouse pad that big that's on the floor, and disposable face masks for kids. Man, I wish we could get over this. I'm 80 years old, I remember now. Alexa told me. I just never thought I would. I remember I was alive, I was a kid, before they discovered a polio vaccine. I remember that. That was kind of scary. Like I said before, I remember somebody said on TV or something or other, we had, I think, 3 TV stations, I think then. Maybe 1, WDAF. But somebody said, if you have polio, you can tell if you have polio by touching your chin to your neck, which even then I thought, but anyway, every night when I went to bed, well, maybe not every night, but I'd go to bed and okay, I don't have polio. Polio affected people in different areas. Some respiratory, that was bad. Some of those people ended up on, iron lungs inside that iron lung machine, and it's breathing, pushing the, and like my ex-wife had about age 5, just before the vaccine came out, that did away with polio. She got polio and was in the hospital for months. And then when she came out of the hospital, hers hit her in the, I guess, leg muscles or something. And so she came out, as going to school as a little girl. One, the people were afraid that she could transmit the polio to them or to their kids, which wasn't the case with polio like that. With polio, you would get the infection, and then there for a little bit, when you had the fever or whatever, for a little bit, you were contagious. But it was for a very short period of time. But she came out of the hospital, and parents didn't want her going to school. Same like later on with the HIV thing, same type of a situation. People were terrified, there's a movie about the boy, and he got HIV from blood transfusions, or because he was hemophobic. I think I'm saying it wrong. Anyway, one of those people that if, they get a cut fingers, they're going to bleed a whole lot or something. Anyway, enough of that. I got to put something in my stomach. Thank you for, please use my link. It doesn't cost you anything. And if enough people did it, that would be a nice amount of money if instead of, what was it? Instead of I don't think I'm going to use Edge anymore. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.